right, so real quickly, let you know the structure of this morning's activities. How it works out is that first of all, we'll allow the candidates a couple minutes, three minutes to talk about who they are, their background. It takes me about a month and a half before I get this one figured out. So, anyways, three minutes in which they get to talk and tell you and share with you their experience, whatever they want to encourage your vote for them. And then following that 3 minutes each introduction, then we'll go into this wonderful line of questions that I have before me. And each candidate will have 1 minute to respond. So basically they need to get right to the facts and to the answer as properly as possible, because time is of the essence. And we will wrap up by 8:30 today. All right, so with that, no further ado, since we'll just start with Sean right off the bat. Sean, 3 minutes, please.
Well, good morning, everyone. Welcome out to Eggs and Issues. I've been involved with this very organization for a number of years and spent a few years moderating this, so I told Frank it's going to be fun being on the other side of the red and yellow paddles. But for those of you that know me, you know that I'm a community activist. I really believe in community, and I'm not one of those naysayers to kind of sit on the outside and kind of bark my way in. I'm someone that gets involved. I'm the past president of the board of directors of the Kitsap Peninsula Visitor and Convention Bureau. I'm the current president of the Bremerton Area Chamber of Commerce. I'm the current president of an nonprofit organization called the South Kitsap School Supporters. We're very active in supporting our local public schools with initiatives such as levies. I've been engaged with that. I'm also the treasurer on the executive board of the South Kitsap branch of the Boys and Girls Club. I'm the owner and founder of C&M Golf LLC. We acquired McCormick Woods Golf Course and the Clubhouse Restaurant back in 2003. I'm also an owner and founder of a freight logistics company, West Coast Carriers in Port Orchard. I had a number of people come up to me over the last few months and say, why do you want to run for port commissioner? And really there's two reasons. And the first reason, very simply, is if you take an opportunity to understand the mission of a port district, it's exactly why I'm moving forward with this endeavor. The mission of the Port of Bremerton is A, economic development, and B, jobs. And we need to stay focused on that. That is what my passion is. That is where my skill set lies. That is where my education lies. It's with economic development and jobs. We need a business plan to be able to plan out and schedule for each one of our tremendous assets out there at the port, whether it's in the aviation realm, the marine realm, or the industrial park. We need to have a plan put together. We need to market that plan and define who we are at the Port of Bremerton. We're not the Port of Seattle. We're not the Port of Tacoma. And we have competitive advantages. We need to better understand internally what those advantages are. We need to go and share that with our region. We need to increase regional awareness in order for people to come over and contribute to the business and the economic development of the Port of Bremerton. So exactly what I'm going to do is to stay succinct to that mission. I think organizations fail when they become decentralized, when they become fractionalized, and I think that's exactly what's happened with the Port of Bremerton in recent years. And that's exactly why the Port of Bremerton, from a financial standpoint, is really suffering right now. I think we've made bad choices, we've lacked a plan, and we've turned the operations of what is intended to be an enterprise fund into a social equity fund. And we need to take the burden off of the taxpayers and create a financial plan that we can balance our budget based on income that we bring into the port and get rid of the burden that's being put on our taxpayers. I thank you for the opportunity. I look forward to addressing some of your questions and concerns today. After today is through, I'm happy to stick around. If there's any more dialogue that wants to ensue, I'll be glad to do so. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Joe. Appreciate it. Good morning, everyone. Thanks for getting so early to be here. I'm sure we've already had the introductions. For those of you that don't know me, I'm a 30-year resident of the county, as well as having been in business in the county here for the same number of years. I currently reside in Seebeck. I've operated many mid-sized to large-sized businesses here, as well as having my own business, being involved in that. I have commercial as well as residential construction background. I also own property here in the city of Bremerton, city limits. I've served on several 501c3 boards. I belong to 3 chambers, including this one. Believe in supporting our community. It's one of my top priorities and always has been, and I believe in giving back. My platform, as most of you may know, is people, not politics, meaning that I'm a businessman. I have an honest interest in our community and seeing it grow and seeing it prosper. I understand, as most of you do, the difficult economic times that we're in right now. The need for responsible budgeting, increased efficiencies is paramount. Good morning, come on in. Come on in. As many of you did, I honor my values to my parents. My parents were immigrants from Europe, came to this country with less money than cost to fill a tank of gas today. They taught me hard work, good ethics, taught me fiscal responsibilities, and investing back to the communities. After learning from my parents' examples and being here for 30 years, I feel it's time for me to return to the community what I've learned. Solid business management, unique strategies, positive growth, careful attention where money is spent. One of my first plans is to ensure your tax dollars are spent responsibly and providing return to the communities. I believe in fiscal responsibility, accountability, and transparency. Every taxpayer deserves the assurance that your tax dollars are spent responsibly and also provide a positive growth to the local economy. In the case of the port, it means operating as a business while employing strong leadership skills and the ability to make difficult yet responsible decisions. You need a port commissioner that you can trust to make ethical judgments in support of the taxpayers. More taxes are not the answer to balancing our budgets today. You deserve a commissioner who will not make midnight decisions, has no personal agendas or pet projects. We can't afford to let another midnight tax occur. Secondly, I believe the port's responsibility to grow and attract new business, which will then create desperately needed jobs in our communities. Our communities need jobs, our people need to be working. I plan to use my many years of experience to make sure the port's investments are realistic and address current needs. Focused marketing strategies for the marinas. It takes someone's business as long as I have to know when marketing is used ineffectively and expensively. I believe it's the port's responsibility to promote marina use while increasing business opportunities around it. I also encourage the two cities to develop innovative marketing strategies, improve facility use, and bring needed jobs.
Red means that time's up. So.
All right. Thank you, Frank.
Thank you. So with that, we're going to get started with the 1-minute questions, and I'll just remind the candidates, I neglected to bring to their attention, we have the paddle system. Yellow means you have 10 seconds to go, and red means that I get the hook out. And we try to keep everyone on task because we have a ton of questions here, and some of them are quite good. But first of all, we're going to let you all get warmed up a little bit with an easy question. It's what I call a softball. Which is, and since we started with Sean, so we'll start with Axel. And this question is, can you describe your qualifications for the position? Which is somewhat what you addressed in your original statement, but if you could within a minute, please.
Okay. Well, as I just finished today, I've been here 30 years. I have, over those 30 years, paid close attention to the business of the port, watched our communities grow, watched our county grow, have a degree in business, have a community interest in our people here. As well as my vast background. I've had hundreds and hundreds of people work for me, if not thousands. Have personal interest in community. And again, bring business experience, common sense, back to the port is what needs to be done.
Thank you. I have a college education from a university in North Carolina called Methodist University, double major in business administration with an emphasis in finance. As I stated earlier, I've not only managed businesses, but I've actually, I've formed businesses, been out there and understand what it takes to take a business, to get that business capitalized, to get it open, to deal with the different regulations. It's exactly what we need at the port is people that understand these people that are not just managing businesses, but opening business, building business, and have the ability to understand, what they need so we can help them and their businesses prosper. Currently here in the two businesses that I operate, we've got about 140 employees between the two of those. So again, that business background to help this organization grow and flourish.
So staying with Sean now for the next question, and this says, for both candidates, who are some of your key endorsers in this race?
You know, from day one, I think it was paramount for me in this, although this position is nonpartisan, it was paramount for me and my team to capture really what I consider unprecedented bipartisan support. And I'm excited to have that support. I think it's paramount in the times that we're in is to be able to have the trust of both sides. And so some of my endorsements include the Kitsap Democratic Party, the Home Builders Association, you know, Representative Jan Angel, a number of county commissioners, Josh Brown, Rob Gelder, business leaders, Jim Sevilla in the city of Port Orchard, Jim Avery, our county assessor, you know, Sheriff Steve Boyer, the Port Orchard Police Chief Al Townsend, John Clausen, Jim Colbank, Jerry Childs on the Port Orchard City Council. And so again, just a great reflection of bipartisan support that are endorsing me as candidate for Commissioner Post 3.
Thank you. Excellent.
Thanks, Joe. You know, I have a number of endorsements as well, and I don't always hang a lot of weight on endorsements, but one of my key endorsees, I'll tell you, is Larry Stokes, Commissioner Stokes, currently serving on the board.
So, staying with you, Axel, next question is, can you tell us about your decision-making style?
Thanks, sorry.
Your minute will start now.
To answer that, you know, every decision needs to be weighed very, very carefully. And my style is I tend to go on more fact-finding missions, seek out the facts, seek out the information from all aspects, whether it be, you know, opinions from the public, whether it be fiscal numbers, depending on what the question is or what the decision is being made. But my style basically is, you know, I want to know what all the information is, compile the information, dissect the information, and then make an evaluation on that. And I think whatever decision that a port commissioner or someone in that position makes, it needs to represent the constituents and the people. And I think most importantly, that's probably the decision that you made what the people want.
All right, thank you. And Sean?
I'm going to speak to my decision-making style as it relates to the Commissioner of the Port of Bremerton. I think you need to understand first what that position is. That position that I'm trying to obtain is not their CFO, it's not their CEO, it's not their marketing director. A commissioner is there to create policy, to set policy, to govern policy. And we need to be very reliant on our key staff and all the staff there at the Port of Bremerton. You know, they're the ones in the trenches day in and day out. They've been hired to perform a duty and to be able to deliver their staff reports and those messages to the commissioners so we can make the best possible decisions with the stakeholders in mind. The Port of Bremerton and their assets are wholly owned by the people that reside within this port district. There's about 105,000 of those people. And so that decision-making process, we must embed ourselves in each of those independent communities that make up the broader port district. And between those voices and the facts from our key staff, we make good decisions.
Thank you. All right, staying with you, Sean. If elected, what are your top 2 priorities for economic development?
Well, I would say first off, just because of the timing of this campaign, the first thing that we have to do is we have to complete the negotiations with Safe Boats. With where we're at, we simply cannot afford to lose a company that was born and raised right here locally, has grown and flourished, and has created really a worldwide, renowned for their boat building. They have 270 employees, some additional contracts out there right now that could in fact double their labor force. And with the sunset of those leases, we need to engage with them, keep them here, and create a win-win for that organization and for our stakeholders with the Port of Bremerton. You know, that would be number 1. Number 2 is, again, getting back to that business plan and that marketing plan to go out there, market our assets, creating regional awareness. Without regional awareness, you know, we will obtain nothing. We've got to stop sitting around our desks and waiting for our phone to ring. We need to go out and exercise a marketing plan.
Thank you. Axel?
Again, marketing plans are absolutely crucial in our state of economy there at the port. A targeted geographical marketing plan will need to be set in place as it relates to all facilities, be it port facilities, marinas, and the industrial park or airport. We need to go out and attend trade shows. We need to hold business forums. we need to be making that part of our best practices of our marketing plan out of the port. We need to go out and actively find people. The growth's not going to come from within the county. The growth's going to come from outside the county. We need to also go outside the state if necessary through attending these trade shows and forums.
Thank you. So this question is actually next several questions. We have to go back into the past a little bit. So starting with you, Axel, how will your past experiences influence and make you the best port commissioner?
Well, most of my business career has all been for working for profit organizations. You know, we're saddled with fiscal responsibility, ensuring that we have jobs for our employees, our people in the county, and that's going to entail. Sorry, go ahead. Let me back up here. That's with my past experience in those business arenas of being for-profit businesses. That's going to reflect directly on the port as well, because most of our facilities are not self-sustaining. We need to make those self-sustaining. And so with my business experience in that area, that's what my expertise is at, and that's what I'll bring to the port.
Thank you.
Well, I think it's clear that with my business leadership skills and my past experiences from the business front, those talents will obviously, assist me with the role as commissioner. But even moreover, I think what I've done in this community, and I would challenge you not just to listen to what I have to say today. I believe that actions speak louder than words. And I would ask around in the community and ask them about me and what I've done and the relationships I've built and the positive rapport that I have with these people. That's paramount in really making differences in an organization that has that public side to it. Is you need that transparency and you need that trust, and that's exactly what I have. So not only to have that business experience, but to have the trust within the community, as I think that's the perfect blend to be successful as a port commissioner.